Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Kogi Creative. My name is Elena, and today we have another speed build. This speed build I edited a while ago, and I finally am getting around to doing the voiceover, so here we are. I did this one for a collab, a base game collab called Back to Basics. This is a bar called the Cavern Tavern. You will see why. It's kind of got a modern Flintstones vibe. I don't really know what to call it. You'll see, you'll get it. I had a lot of fun with it too, and if you didn't understand by the name of the collab, it is a fully base game build. Because it was a base game build, I wanted to try to make it look as least base game as possible. So I did a couple nifty little tricks while building. I used tool mod, I used a little floor trick. If you saw on the roof, if you're wondering how I made that design, that little shape, if you use, oh my gosh, is it Shift F or Control F? I'm pretty sure it's Shift F. That creates just a little triangle, and you can place the floor tiles down on just a triangle instead of a full square. So you can make really fun little custom designs on the floor and make really cool floor patterns. So anyway, let me talk a little bit more about this build. I went with neutral tones. I really wanted it to look like it fit in with Oasis Springs. So for this collab, we all claimed our lot, and I got one of the lots that was in Oasis Springs on that strip where all the community lots are. And I decided to do, as you see, the Cavern Tavern, a bar, but I wanted the bar portion to be hidden because I wanted the upstairs to be rocky. I wanted it to look like it was part of Oasis Springs, like when you're walking past it, it's just part of the landscape. So yeah, I put the bar underneath in the basement, but still had rocks while you're walking around in there. It kind of feels like you're in this cave, if you will. But yeah, so I put the actual bar portion, most of the bar portion, underneath. There is a little bit of a bar in the second story, but I wanted to have a little bit more like the dance club downstairs, so that way if your Sims go there at night, it feels a little bit more like a nightclub, but they could still be there during the day, get a little sunny. This build is broken up into multiple sections, and each section is good for whatever your Sim's in the mood for. Are they in the mood to get a little sunshine and a cocktail upstairs, or are they in the mood to dance and be in a cave? Who knows? But this build has it all. And a fun little side note, my 2022 goal was to get better at community lots. So I've been building a ton of different kinds of community lots, from wedding venues, bars, restaurants, you name it, parks also. But yeah, I wanted to get better at community lots because that's just something that, for one, intimidates me, and two, is just something that I just never thought about building because I would always just either download community lots from the gallery if I did want to use some while I played, or I just used the ones that were already in game. But I wanted to get better at community lots because I do enjoy playing the game, and I wanted to play in lots that I've built. So this is a build that I was really excited to make because I enjoy playing in Oasis Springs, and the bar in Oasis Springs, which I think is called like Rattlesnake something, something like that. People always invite my Sims out to this bar. So I'm like, I'm going to build something that my Sims can go to and I can replace the current bar with, and it can be a ton of fun, and it can be base game because I wanted something that could be base game, so I can add it to my save file, my Oasis Springs save file, which, side note, because I know I'm already on a side note, I'm making save files for the entire game. I'm releasing one world at a time, but adding on, so it will just be one giant save file with all of my builds. But I started with Willow Creek, that's already released. Brindleton Bay will be next. I just need to finish up one build there, and then Oasis Springs will probably be after that, since I just need to do one giant lot after, actually no, two. I need to do the park and I need to do the land grabs. If you're familiar with Oasis Springs, then you're probably familiar with those two lots, and they are like 50 by 50 or 64 by 64. They're pretty big lots. Anyway, one thing that kind of bothered me is when I started doing my save file, I realized that I was using all the packs, and halfway through, I don't want to say halfway through, about 35% of the way through, which there are maybe 200 some lots in all of Sims 4. I don't even know at this point. I realized that I kind of wish that I did limited packs, and I wish I did packs based on the location of where I was building. For example, if I was doing Brindleton Bay, I would only do cats and dogs and base game, maybe a stuff pack or two, whatever. But I did not do that. Anyway, so I'm trying to do as many base game builds and base game worlds as I can. Whew, that was a long workaround. Let's get back to this build. I'm working in the basement right now, and this is kind of like the bar section. I wanted this bar to be kind of a nightclub feel. Again, I do use the tool mod a little bit, and I use that little floor trick that I talked about earlier. And because it's a community lot, I didn't feel the need at all to make it cluttered, which actually saves me a ton of time. This build did not take me long at all. It probably took me 4 hours, 3-4 hours, which awesome. I don't mind not taking 8 hours per build. Love that. Houses actually take me a lot longer. It used to be the other way around. And I also added some of my own gallery art, which I thought kind of fit the vibe, even though the gallery art added was mostly from pictures from Sulani, but it kind of fits with Oasis Springs too, since Oasis Springs has some palm trees, and the coloring of the palm tree pictures from Sulani kind of fit with like the tan colors as well. Here I'm also adding some lights. I wanted to get the ambiance just right, especially in the interior. Now we're coming in on the home stretch. We are almost done with this build. And again, I didn't want to do a ton of clutter, so I just wanted to have like a little menu board. So if people wanted to order some food, I figured, because usually your Sims can order a little bit of food at the bar, so I make-believed a little bit like I usually do when I build. A little seating area. Kind of want to fill in some of this dead space, but I wanted to still make some room for a dance floor. Sims don't need a ton of space for dancing, but with community lots, it can get a little congested sometimes. Well, anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think in the comments below, and I hope y'all have an amazing day. See you in the next one. Bye.